Hello lads and lassies, and welcome back to my channel. It is I, Mr. Mayhem. Today, I'll be bringing you my 10 most disappointing games of the year. Obviously, if you love these, I'm not saying these games are bad. Well, some of them. But if you enjoy these, that's awesome. I'm happy for you, but this is my list. Let me know your list in the comments, and yeah. I'm just going to get into it. Before I get into this, all these are interchangeable apart from number 1. If you do enjoy this, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe for more. Support me on Patreon if you want to. Links in the description. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram. But yeah, let's just get into it. So number 10 is The Last of Us Part 1. Now, this was a game that, from what I'd heard, it was getting like a kind of the remake treatment-esque Demon Souls, but all we got was a fucking HD remaster, in my opinion. And I picked it up, played it for an hour, and I was like, this is just the same game. And I sold it. It's just disappointing because they could have done, like, I don't know what I was expecting, but Sony, what the fuck? And they're even sending our Horizon one now? Piss off, Sony, honestly. Fuck's sake. Number 9, Pokemon Legends Arceus. This is a game that the concept to me is awesome. And the first 3 to 4 hours are so dull, and I've stopped playing because I can't be arsed. Genuinely. I still have it. It's just so dull. All the Pokemon stuff just takes ages to get into, and it's just, oh god. I did not like that. Like, it was just boring. I can see it being fun, but I just can't be arsed to put the time in to make it fun. And I shouldn't have to do that. Number 8 is Scorn. I thought Scorn, I've been excited for Scorn for like a year or two now. But I thought Scorn was going to be more like a survival horror shooter in the vein of like Resident Evil 7. But it was more like a puzzle game with a couple of shooting sections. And the shooting is shite. I like the puzzles. The world design is incredible. Just everything about it is incredible apart from the actual gameplay side of it, for me. You can get really lost sometimes, and it's a bit confusing, but I do enjoy it, but it was just disappointing in my opinion. Number 7 is Mario Strikers Battle League. Now, Mario Strikers is a series that I played the shit out of on the Wii. I was always thinking, like, oh, I now have the newest Nintendo console, hopefully they'll do a new Strikers. And then when it's announced, I genuinely was like, oh my fucking god, yes. And the gameplay's good. There's just nothing to do. And that seems to be a big problem with a lot of Nintendo's games recently, is there's just nothing to do. Like, the core gameplay is good, but there's nothing to do. Number 6, Sniper Elite 5. Sniper Elite 5, I love the Sniper Elite series, and Sniper Elite 5 was just a step back from 4 in my opinion. There are some good improvements, like the inventory system's better, the gameplay feels better, but the mechanics overall are just disappointing to me. There's barely any guns. I just did not enjoy it as much as 4. Like, it plays better than 4, but I just didn't enjoy it as much as 4. It did help that I didn't actually have to pay for it because it was on Game Pass. Number 5 is Saints Row. Saints Row to me is a really, really fun franchise. And this new remake is just fucking shite, honestly. Like I played through it and got all the achievements, and I didn't have too bad of a time, but it's just so soulless and lifeless, and the dialogue is horrible, and it's just not good, honestly. It's not the worst game I've ever played, but it's pretty fucking bad. Number 4 is The Quarry. Now, I didn't hate The Quarry. I actually quite like it. But Supermassive have just never seemed to be able to live up to Until Dawn, in my opinion at least. I just didn't really enjoy it that much. I thought it was good, but the ending is just so abrupt. I just didn't vibe with it as much as I have Until Dawn. Number 3 is Gotham Knights. Now, Gotham Knights, again, it's made by the same studio. I don't know if it's the same studio that made Origins. But I do like Origins. But Gotham Knights, like, you saw my videos on it. Soulless trash, genuinely. I got so bored. Number 2 is Dying Light 2. Dying Light is one of my favourite games. And Dying Light 2 was just a massive disappointment in my opinion. They just went so far back with giving you stamina for your parkour, no vehicles. The game took too long. It was buggy as fuck at launch. It's not as good as the first one, nowhere near it, but still enjoyed it, but it's still not great. My most disappointing game of the year is Callisto Protocol. I was so excited for that. Dead Space spiritual successor, and it's good, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, it's really not as good as Dead Space, like nowhere near it. And after replaying Dead Space just recently, it's nowhere near as good, so sad, but you know, what can you do? So that's been my most disappointing games of the year. Let me know what yours were in the comments. But yeah, as always, if you did enjoy this, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, support me on Patreon if you want to, and follow me on the Twitters and the Instagrams. But that's been all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.